Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Been a minute. Dave and Yvette Uloa here, coming to you live from Vero Beach, Florida.
We are excited to see you, and we would love to get to know you a little better. Would you put a number one if you're watching this live, or a number two if you're watching this on replay? And also let us know where you're visiting us from. We love to see and connect with people from all over the world. You might be in Asia, South Africa, Australia. We are here in South Florida.
South Florida. Is it South Florida or is it kind of mid South Florida?
Mid South Florida.
Mid South Florida.
Still getting to know my geography here.
Awesome. Well, today we titled it Is Your Home Safe? Is your home safe? Curious to know how many of you have heard of something called EMFs? EMFs. What's up, Anjanette?
What
How you doing?
up, girl? How you doing?
Thank you for tuning in.
And what does EMF stand for?
EMF stands for EMFs.
Oh, it stands for EMF.
That's it.
EMF.
EMF in Spanish, or if you want little Japanese, I wouldn't know how to say it. But EMFs stands for electromagnetic frequencies. Electromagnetic frequencies are all around us. We live in a world of technology today where we like to call it the electric smog. How many of you have a cell phone? How many of you have a computer? How many of you have Wi-Fi or a router? How many of you know of the cell phone towers and the nodes that are all around us whenever we drive by schools or storage facilities, and sometimes they're even where we work or we do business?
And as a matter of fact, how many of you have a Bluetooth device or an electric panel or live near a power plant or you have a huge utility pole in front of you? Well, today we are going to talk about the silent monster. Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun! But it's not that funny because we actually, the reason why we're sharing is, number one, we went through major pain because of EMFs, and we had no idea that there was something invisible that was causing the chaos in our systems. So we wanted to share this so maybe it could spread the word that you're not alone, number one. You're not going crazy, number two. And there's something that you could do to help the suffering. We actually, many years ago, we were exposed to black mold after living in Brazil. And it's not just about mold, but because of those microtoxins that were in our system, we ended up moving into a home that was a smart home that had so much technology and EMFs in the environment that we ended up in the hospital with major migraine headaches. There'd be times where we couldn't get out of bed because of the aches and pains in our joints. So much so because the environment we were in was causing all of this chaos in our systems, because the microtoxins that were in our systems were feeling like they were being attacked. So in order to protect itself, it started emitting even more microtoxins in our system, and it was the perfect storm. But the challenge was all of these aches and pains and headaches and fibromyalgia and feeling tired and sluggish, to the point where one day I felt like I had a heart attack. Now, I'm in my mid 40s and I work out, but I didn't know what was going on because it just didn't make sense that there was something invisible that we couldn't see that was causing these crazy symptoms.
Yeah, it is so crazy because most people don't see it, but we actually were fortunate to meet a building biologist. And when building biologists come and they measure the frequency. How close is a cell phone tower to you? How much energy is that cell phone tower releasing? Did you know that your phone is every 2 minutes going boop, boop, communicating with the mama cell tower just constantly? If you have Bluetooth devices, they're going, where are you? Where are you? What's Bluetooth? What can I communicate with? Sending signals, sending radiation. The reason we're doing more and more of these is because we're getting crazy messages from people. I had a friend who had a modem right next to her knee, and she would work right there by her desk, and her knee got so swollen she couldn't even walk. And after she saw this report, she said, "Oh my God, I think it was the modem. Nobody could figure out what swelled up my knee." And I said, "You need to move your modem 20 feet away from where you're at, and you need to protect it." And she's like, "How do I do that?" Then we had another friend send us from his iWatch, this little smartwatch that we carry. Yeah, it's nice to have technology, but guess what? It was burnt right here. It had burn marks from the radiation that's coming in because the watch is constantly communicating by Bluetooth. There's so much chaos happening right now, and people are not realizing where it's coming from.
So the source for many people, and it's not just that, it just amplifies. It usually goes and attacks the weakest organ in your system where it just speeds up the health challenges that you may be already experiencing because it's like adding a flame to it. Or what it also does is it just constantly adds even more challenges to what's already there. And so for Yvette and I, we literally, we feel like we got a PhD. We hired building biologists. We hired all of these people that were masters at EMFs so that we could learn how to reduce. Because here's the reality. We live in a technology world today. So it's not about 100% eliminating it. It's about reducing the amount of EMFs in our environment so we could foster a healthy lifestyle, a healthy living environment. So we actually ended up having to get meters to check wherever we would go. If we're looking to buy a house, or we're looking to rent a house, or we're looking to maybe rent a workspace, in order for Yvette and I to function, we have to know that the environment is safe. So there's several different levels of electromagnetic frequencies. There's radio frequency, which comes from the cell phone tower, and that's actually what this device tests right here, which is what we call radio frequency. Then there is magnetic frequency. Magnetic frequency is the ones that is emitted from, let's say, electrical poles. It's coming out of the walls. And then there's power plants. And you can actually see it. We're going to show you what we're talking about. And then there's also electricity that comes from the wires in the walls as well. That could be unhealthy. But the main ones for people is the radio frequency. The radio frequency is where the cell phone towers, the satellites, is communicating to everybody's cell phones and everybody's computer, whether you're using Wi-Fi. Did you know there's 5 antennas in your phone? There's an antenna to make cellular phone calls. There's the GPS antenna. There's the Bluetooth antenna. There's the Wi-Fi antenna. And then there's the near field antenna. There's 5 antennas in your phone, and if you have them all on, it's constantly communicating and bringing information to your phone, which is putting an environment of unhealthy EMFs. Now, again, some people are more sensitive than others, but let me just show you what we're talking about. So my phone right here, Yvette and I, because of what we know and what we've experienced, all my antennas are off. We literally have our house hardwired. Now, again, not everybody needs to be that extreme, but our Wi-Fi is off, our Bluetooth is off, and it's all coming in just through cellular. Why? Because we have learned to reduce the amount of EMFs when we can. Now, this is a radio frequency device that checks the amount of radio frequency. The card, if you look over here, actually shows you the different healthy levels and unhealthy levels. If you look at where it says no, which means it's hardly anything, is anything below 0.1. Anything below 0.2. For the radio frequency is 0.1. There's no radio frequency. Slight radio frequency is 0.1 all the way to 10. That means there's a little bit of radio frequency in the area. Severe is anywhere between 10 to 1,000. Okay, 10 to 1,000. And extreme is anything above 1,000 means there's an extreme amount of radio frequency in the environment.
Now here's what's crazy. The last tests that were done on cell phones are from the 80s. 80s, when it was a razor. It wasn't even the razor phone, it was the giant car phone. That's the last test that there were. And there is a legal notice in your cell phone warning you and telling you that you should not touch it. So when you make phone calls, that you should have it on, not touching it, but on speakerphone. Bluetooth is really bad because you become the antenna. So if the last tests were done in the 80s because of all these politicians lobbying for no new tests to come out, there has to be something there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So check it out. We'll just show you with the meter. So when we turn the meter on, it immediately is going to show us what is in the area. So you see it's already just where it's at. It's getting up to 700, 800. Okay. Now, remember, my phone doesn't have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on, and I'm just going to bring my phone close to it. Okay. All it has right now is just the cellular. And you can see, okay, it just jumped up. You saw how it jumped up?
It just communicated
It just communicated to the tower. 564. 3.1 million. You just saw that. 3.1 million max, because again, it almost like it pulsates the information back and forth. Now check this out. I'm going to reset it, and I'm going to put Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi on, just so you can see the amount of additional.
Wi-Fi has been turned.
Oh, now it's Bluetooth, and you can even hear it coming in because of the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi. It is literally yelling for, hey, you got a lot of stuff going on. 3.18 million, and that's the cell coming from our cell phone.
Add mine. I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi on, and I'm going to turn my Bluetooth on. And I have a really old phone on purpose. Even with my old phone.
It's still going.
So what number is reading right now?
3.18 million.
Okay, so that is above the 1,000 extreme. 3.18 million.
Crazy. I'm
We're
just.
Die.
No. So again, what is the solution? Well, the solution is, at one point, not even joking, Yvette and I thought we would need to go find a cave somewhere and be away from society. That's how much pain we were in. But what we realized, we have a long life to live. We're not just going to give up. Let's reduce the amount of EMFs in our environment. There's so many different things that you could do. For those of you that want to learn some of the simple things that you can do, send us a private message, put on here, send me the info. We'll send you several things that we do on a daily basis. Yeah. But one of the most important things that we have done is we've actually partnered up with a company that has the best scientifically proven technology to neutralize the EMF effects in your home, on your cell phone, in and around you. It's called BD Protect. And the scientists basically, again, there's a lot of technology out there, people that say they do this thing and that thing, and most of them are just a cool story, bro.
Yeah, they're like stickers or magnets, and they're selling it to you saying that it's EMF protection. Just because it says it does it, it doesn't mean it does it. We've had our building biologists testing devices. We had our doctor testing devices, and let me tell you, most of them,
don't waste your money.
Nothing.
Don't waste your money.
Nada.
This actually, they scientifically have proven, doing a 10-week study where they put two plants right next to a router. On one of the routers, they actually put the BD Protect technology on it. On the other one, they didn't. They left it the same amount of distance for the same amount of weeks. One of the plants, after 10 weeks, was dying. The other one was thriving. The only difference was the technology. So one of the things that Yvette and I have done, and for those of you that would like to have a healthy environment in your home, is to get what we call BD Protect Home. This is technology that you put in your home on the four corners of your home. This first, you see here, it's a metal plate that you put in your panel of where all your electricity panel is. You stick it and you have the technology actually facing the circuit board. So that's the first thing that you put. Then the next thing that you put is you put 4 of these, one on each corner of your home. You put it by the outlets in one of each corner of your home. And what that does is it starts to harmonize all the EMFs that are in your house and even the EMFs that are coming from outside of your house. It neutralizes the frequency so that you, your family, your children, and even your pets can have a healthy environment and not be attacked by all these EMFs constantly.
Absolutely. If you turn on your Wi-Fi and you see all the Wi-Fis that pull up, that's how many people's Wi-Fis are hitting your body all night long. That's why people are not recovering as fast. That's why people are waking up with aches and pains, because it's hitting you all day long, where before there was zero of this. And so I don't care what you do. If you guys want to figure out a way, we can help you even get it at wholesale. Get this device, because we have tested so many. We have wasted so much money on stuff that didn't work. And this scientist has all the research. We are happy to share all 20 pages of research with you. And you know us, we stand for integrity, value, and congruence. And that is we will never, ever share anything that we don't believe in. And that's part of the reason we have walked away from places, because when you don't believe in something, that's not who we are. And so I just wanted to share with you guys, this has changed our life. We have the coolest looking bracelet. I even go to yoga with it, because people's cell phones are everywhere. Cell phone, power plants. And so I wear the coolest bracelet to yoga. We even have a cell phone technology protection, and we have a car protection, because most cars have GPS, Bluetooth. People are getting drowsy.
Oh man, if you in a Tesla, ouch, that thing is gonna go crazy.
You're sitting on top of a giant battery. Okay, all right, we're gonna leave that there. If you want any Tesla perspectives, we can give them to you from an EMF perspective.
Yeah, EMF. They're cool cars, but
they're cool cars. But again, you're sitting on top of a giant battery, and don't ever sit on a Tesla while it's charging, because now all that stuff is going up your body. So,
yeah. What's up, Greg? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining.
Friend.
Thank you, and Jeanette.
Yeah, so appreciate as you guys know, we are super, super dedicated to bringing the truth out to the people. And if you want to purchase this, you can get this at wholesale from us. And or if you want to buy a few for your friend, I had somebody who just bought this for their elderly parents. They're getting hit really hard. And also, we want to share the research. We also have a blog that we made with 3 things that you should do every single night to protect yourself and your family. And so there's nothing that brings us more joy than to bring the truth to people with love, with power, so that you can live out your destiny and design your destiny rather than react to your destiny.
Right. Feel free to tag a friend that might need to hear this information. Let us know if you want to get some more information on the BD Protect. Hit us up, send us a private message,
or
put it in the chat.
Or comment below and say details, and we're happy to send them to you as well.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Let's keep winning.